Hello YouTube, welcome back. See a shadow from the yeah. We are today we're gonna be doing a beauty face off. Dramatic palette on one eye, tan on the other eye. I'm gonna show you what these look like for those who just like popped in or just will watch the replay and then decide if they want to watch the rest of the live or not as the replay. But these are what they look like together. And the last look I did with this, it looked like something I probably could have did with this, but when I'm looking at them together, maybe. And so I did ask in that live stream, was that a live stream? I don't remember. I know it was a collab with Tanya, so I don't think it was a live. No, it was a video, but it was not a live stream. But I asked the members, because members have a say on this channel here, if we should do a beauty face-off, one on each eye, and you guys tell me what you think is where. And the consensus was yes. And I know these are boring color stories to some people, but to other people, this is their speed. And so I am excited to do that. Also, while I'm doing the intro, I'm going to put these brushes away. These are from the last two looks that we did. One was a regular eyeshadow look, and one was the member request of Frankenstein that Janessa had made that request. And so these are all brushes from that, and this thing is full again. And so we're going to put some away, some we're going to keep out because I am sure we're going to use some today, particularly the Eastern B27s. Yeah, this is completely full. And I keep thinking one day I'm just going to like bust the seams on this thing. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the intro. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. Hey, Grace. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Crazy concept. No, it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. Here we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. That's part of the troll part, just wearing what you want and just rocking it. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. And I know I said that kind of different than usual. Because I'm trying to remember hard to tell y'all something that YouTube is doing. And I'm hoping that it doesn't disrupt things too much because it deals with money. And so, and when I say disrupt things too much, I mean like on your end, because times are hard. The economy is, well, we'll just say we know by now, shrinkflation, inflation. You know, times are hard. Our money isn't going as far as it used to. And I know a lot of people are struggling. And even those who are not, they're being very careful so that they don't end up in a struggle with where they're spending their money. And so, but I'll wait till more people come in to get into all of that. I received friend mail today. I opened it, checked it, put it back in the box. And I am going to reach over and grab the box later once more people come in. And as we get started with what we're doing. Why are you calling me? Go away. Yeah, we're still having thunderstorms here. Not much is going on. Just getting through the days as we always do. I did have my breakfast today. Oh, two things I didn't say at the end of the intro. Two things about me. One is I curse. Sometimes I curse. Sometimes the other is there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat that likes to randomly hiccup and gurgle and belch during videos. He is so rude. I try to be aware of him to say excuse me. Sometimes I'm not aware. So if you hear him and I don't say excuse me, just forgive us ahead of time. Know that I was not aware of him trying to be vocal. And so again, we're going to be working with two Natasha palettes. The tan palette, we're going to do a look on one eye, and the dramatic palette, we're going to do a look on the other eye. And as you're watching, you can let me know which one you think is where. I'm almost done putting away these brushes, and as you can see, they're everywhere. Like the brushes I use for painting are over here. All the other ones are over here on this side. And so these are the last ones to put away. So again, this was full. Now it's empty. Thank goodness. And my intention was to put them away before the live, but I always forget, and then I sit here and it's hanging up there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to put those away. So we just put those away. So thank you for bearing with me with that. I'm not going to do the base face. I'm just going to do primer and foundation, and we're going to do bronzer and all of that afterwards. It is a little bit warm, not as warm as it's been. We're still having thunderstorms and all that wonderful gray stuff. And so, hey Janet, this is the Beauty Bio, the eyeliner concentrate. And so we're pushing it. Excuse me. So maybe I will just go ahead and let y'all know what YouTube is doing. Hey Matthew, how are you? I feel like there was also something else I was going to say before the announcement. Oh, hey, hi Antonio, thank you for the blue heart. I did put moderation on for comments, and the options, I remember saying before, the lowest frequency, the lowest time frame for someone to be a member was 1 hour. There's also an option that I noticed that says any amount of time, which means that somebody can just go ahead and subscribe and leave a message. If someone were to subscribe just to leave a sarcastic message or what they thought was sarcastic, I really feel like just get your life together. So hopefully that will deter some of the not so good trolls, but we will see. And, you know, we'll just take it from there. I feel like I need to pull my stool a little bit closer, as if I'm not like right in front of my table. We are going to put a dollop of foundation under here because we are going to put the Prime Promedics under there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that much, but that's okay. So we're just going to use some of it. I'm going to put that here. So we're going to color correct. So the announcement as far as what YouTube is doing, YouTube sent out an email. They are going to increase the rates of membership fees. And for overseas, they're saying they're going to, because we know there's a currency exchange, so they're going to factor that in. And I think that's part of why, well, I'm not sure, because I remember before, these are Prime Promedics under eye brightening corrector. We're going to use the orange one. We're going to put this under the eyes, and we're not going to put primer under the eye because we did just put, excuse me for the glare, we did just put eye cream under there. And so I remember before, because Michelle was saying my membership is $2.99. I'm going to have to stop saying that soon. She was saying hers was renewing at $3.99, and so I had suggested that she check like her payment method, because sometimes Apple Pay, I'm told, will charge you more because of how they process the money or whatever they're doing on their end. And I don't know if she did it or not. But also with her, she has to renew every month, where most of you, as long as your payment method is still good, it'll just automatically renew. Hey, Alexandria. You gave the cat a bath. Oh, I used to have a cat. Yeah, she hated water. Oh my gosh. And so Eden was in that live stream, and she was saying how she pays a little bit more. And when I checked the exchange rate, what she was paying was still lower than what the exchange rate would be. We're going to put the red one under here. We're going to use that same brush. And so I was kind of confused on the pricing. But they're going to, like, say it is $2.99. It's going to be more for international because it's going to account for the exchange rate, where they will still pay me, well, YouTube, I'll say $2.99. YouTube does take 30% of any monies that come in. And so from the $2.99, I get $2.10 from each membership. But they're going to do the exchange rate. And so whatever international members pay is going to equal $2.99 over here, but it's going to be more than that for them. And that's kind of unfortunate because the economy sucks right now. And for some places that would be, you know, $5 and some change or something. So I'm kind of feeling some kind of way. But what they're doing is they're also giving us the option to go in and change our rates. And So they're giving us the option to go in and change the rates. I'm going to do 1 full pump of the milk. And not right now, but down the road, they're going to give the option for us to change our rates once a year. Because how it was is you set the rate at sit period. 1 pump of the Fenty Luminizing Foundation, Hydrating Foundation. I forget what it's called because it's not even on the container. So they're going to give us the option to change our rates every year instead of creating a new membership for the new rate. Hey, Michelle! And so they're giving us the option right now. I didn't put on concealer. They're giving us the option right now to go in and change the rates if we want to. And even if we do not, YouTube, on August 17th, I think it said, YouTube is going to increase the rate for us. So whether it's something like I want or not, they're going to increase the rate for overseas, for international. From what it sounds like to me, because I did read it like 3 times, for current members, it's going to stay the same. For new members, it's going to be whatever the new rate is that YouTube sets it to be. And so, and then I thought about Michelle again because hers is already more than what it is, and I have no idea why. And so that's what's coming in hot off the press from YouTube, is they're going to be increasing membership fees, and whether we want them to or not. So that is that, and I'm feeling some kind of way about it because the economy is rough. And even though, like, you know, I said before, I don't say, hey Ariana, forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. Even though before I said, you know, I used to say at first, you know, only $2.99 a month, but then I realized like that $2.99 can go towards, excuse me, a gallon of milk. I just realized I didn't do my brows. It can go towards a loaf of bread. Go, you know, you can save that up for your gas. And even though it might seem like it's not a lot, it adds up along with other expenses. And so I'm kind of, I mean, I'm hoping everyone who is a member now stays, and I do hope that new members will still come. But I don't know, man. And some people do have memberships for like, you know, $9.99, $12.99, and I'm just like, but you're only giving like 1 extra tutorial a month, and you do tutorials all the time anyway. So that to me is like, you know, make it worth it. And that's why I really love the perk of members get to make a request, because that is something special to me. It's something outside of my usual content. And they did say in the email and in YouTube Studio, because you can click to, you know, learn more and all of that about what they're doing. It says they're going to base the price on like what the perks are. It's like, how do you know how much a perk is worth? Like how much is it worth to be able to request a look? Like I don't understand. And maybe they have their own little think tank. Like, well, if somebody's doing perks, then their membership should be such and such. Like I don't know the math on how they're figuring stuff out. So I'm going to just leave it like it is. And mid-August, they're going to change the rates. YouTube is going to automatically change the rates. And again, it's for new people. So if you go look like mid-August or the end of August, and it says like $4.99, that's for people who sign up at that time. So if you're already here for $2.99, it should stay $2.99. I'm saying should because we know YouTube be doing things. You know what I mean? And so it's always just kind of like, why and what? I'm thinking to leave this like this, or do I want to powder down? Let's powder down. And so, hey Rain, how are you? It could go towards extra shots of espresso. Yeah, for people who do those little extras, which is really a part of their day-to-day life, it can be fairly small, like a shot of espresso. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink espresso, so that wouldn't be a shot for me. And so what would I be substituting to pay that membership? And most people who do drink coffee, that's like, you know, a few times a week, Starbucks, Panera Bread, wherever they go. Whereas the membership is just 1 time a month. And so for a lot of us, it seems like, okay, it's really not that much, because we spend that much on junk food, we spend that much on other stuff. And so in a sense, it doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm also sensitive to the fact that a lot of people are struggling right now. And, I am aware of that. So I don't want to be flipping like, oh, it's only $3. Even though I don't get the $3 because YouTube takes 30%. But just keeping in mind that in general, I don't think we're upper crust, uber wealthy people here. Some of us are financially, have it financially easier than other ones of us here. But, okay, Jadessa. And, yeah, so just keeping in mind that everybody doesn't have the luxury of just spending money and not checking the bank account first. So this is what came today. I opened it, checked it, put it back in the box. It's all wrapped up. And so we'll talk about that another day because there's a backstory there. But I am excited about it. Practicing restraint. I did a thing. I'm going to do a member post asking when you would like me to do the members live about the thing that I told y'all about that I didn't tell y'all about. I am excited to do it. It has officially begun. Trying to figure out what eyeliners I want to use. What colors do I want to use? We're going to do Stay the Night on Inner Realms. I feel like I kind of just used this one now. And actually, I kind of just used all of them. And we're going to put Hellbent on lower lash line. We're going to do our brows first before I forget again. I think I'm going to do my brows kind of like I did for Janessa's Frankenstein look, because I remembered now, before I get to the shape, that we were supposed to be switching up shapes of eyeshadow this year, just to play around with that. And so I am going to do that today. And by doing my eyebrows different, that will remind me of where to put the shadow. So yeah, I'm not going to change. I'll just see whatever YouTube is going to do. And once they do it, that's going to be what it is, unfortunately. And I feel bad that for Michelle, she's already paying more anyway, and I really don't know why. I don't know if it's the payment method or what, but yeah. So and also, as far as like the economy changing, businesses aren't getting the money they used to get either. And so I'm thinking about that too. Like, is YouTube just trying to get more money? Which, of course, yes, all businesses want to make money. And so saying that they're going to raise the rates and so that we get, quote unquote, we get what the perks are worth. If we set the price, that's what we think it's worth. You see what I'm saying? So how are you going to come in and be like, well, we're going to change it to make it higher to what we think it's worth? That's what we already do on our end. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like, it's I don't want to say a money grab, but I do believe that they're losing money somewhere. I don't know. So actually, we're just going to bring this straight out, which is a little different. Okay, Michelle. See you later. Thank you for popping in when you could. I appreciate that. And so, it all comes down to money. So that's what's going to happen with that. So hopefully everyone who's here is able to stay. And there's been people before that has said that they would like to join, but they're really watching where their money goes because they had, stuff going on in their life. And so that's what I'm saying about just being sensitive to the fact that everybody just can't be like, oh yeah, sure, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Because it does add up. It really does. And it can be a struggle. And y'all know some of my background and how I grew up. So even though I'm not destitute, I still know to watch what I'm spending. I want to put this on all messages, but I kind of don't even want to mess with it because if the chat disappears altogether, then we're gonna deal with that again. And so, but that's what that is. I am excited about this live today. I part of me doesn't think that the looks are going to really be the same. One, because the formulas are different. They both have slip cream mattes. They both have metallics. They both have creamy mattes. However, some of the colors are different. And will that make a difference? And sometimes the formula does make a difference. It can look one color, you put it on because it's a creamy matte or slip cream, it's going to look different. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm curious. That's the word I'm going to use. I'm curious to see. Hey, Eli, thank you for the star. I'm curious to see how we can get these two looks. Now keep in mind it's only going to be one look, so I'm not going to say, oh yeah, this is a dupe for this palette when we're only using like 4 or 5 or 6 shades. One and both of them, no, 10 has 15 shades and 10 has 18 shades. And so just duping out 5 or 6 shades is not duping the palette, it's just duping that look. But there are some people who do the same look almost every day. And so, but yeah, so I wouldn't say it's a dupe, but if you go for a certain look, then yeah, it could be a dupe for that look. I'm starting to sweat already, y'all. Like, what is happening? What is happening? Let me take some more setting powder. I find that this works usually instead of me just using it with the dry brush because it'll pull off the foundation, but sometimes the powder will just stick, so it'll just be a light spot. Hunger woke you up? Oh, speaking of which, I had breakfast. I had Chobani Greek yogurt, and I put granola in it. I didn't buy any strawberries to chop up and put in there or bananas because fruit just seemed to go bad so freaking quick. So I'm just like, no. No. And I thought about getting frozen strawberries. I'm glad you're able to see your chat. I didn't touch it, so I don't know if it's still on default top chat. I didn't touch it to see to put it on all messages because I don't want to mess with it and then I mess it up. Yeah. And so these are what they look like. So Dramatics at the top, 10 is at the bottom. So we can see some of the lighter shades in Dramatic do kind of line up with the lighter shades and the tan, but as far as the metallics, maybe those two browns, maybe this one and that one against some of the ones in tan. And this should be the last time I use Dramatic. I'm going to sanitize it again and put it back in my kit. But since members voted for the beauty face-off, this is what we're doing. So it's not too many. The metallics, a few of the metallics, yeah. Some of the they're not there mattes, yeah. So I'm like, what kind of look is this going to look like? So I'm not going to tell y'all what's what. We're just going to apply stuff, and y'all tell me. Oh, I dropped my highlighter brush. Excuse me. Oh, there's a brush way back here. This must have fell out of my drying mat. This was behind my stool that I'm sitting on. All right, so let's prime the eye, and I keep saying I'm going to go ahead and open up the new one. Y'all, okay, let me just keep going. I'm still holding off and opening up the new one, even though this does last me about 6 months. So I opened this in October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, and now it's July. So 9 months, but I am scraping. And every time I use it, I'm like, I need to just open up a new one because this one is dry, but then I don't want to open up my last backup. Oh, gosh, y'all. I have been, well, I'm not going to talk about that, but yeah, it's about to be hardcore right now. This still seems like it's going to be the same shape. Maybe we'll take it out further into the further, as if we're one of those Insidious movies. So no. Yes, Janet, it is a face-off. Your comment. Your comment, Janet, when I asked that question, you were like, a beauty battle face-off with 2 neutral palettes. Hey, your fellow official troll Ken said yeah, so. So it just makes me laugh sometimes because, you know, and we do know it's all about preferences, and I like color too, but then I also like an easy to use palette where I don't have to think too much about it. But hi Marina. Yeah, so that was funny to me because you were just like, So what I envisioned in my mind was like, yawn, okay, she's really gonna do this, okay, whatever. Oh my gosh. I am sweating. Do I want to tilt this fan? I just realized I didn't put my eyeliner on my inner rooms. I don't know why I'm off today. Like, I don't feel, this is going to be the same shape almost. Um, I don't feel like I'm off kilter, but I'm just out of sorts. I didn't do a video the last couple of days. You know what I think it is? I think today is the first day since July 2nd that I haven't had a migraine. Yes, every day since July 2nd, I've been getting migraines off and on. Take the med early enough, it knocks it out, but then like later that night or the next morning when I wake up, it'll come back. And so I think I'm feeling normal right now. And so I think I had gotten so used to just feeling loopy because the migraine med does make me feel loopy. So I think I'm just like, what is this feeling of normalcy right now? I did sleep very well too. I put a new set of sheets at BJ's yesterday, and so of course I wash them first. And for me, one of the best sleeps ever is taking a nice shower, getting them clean sheets. I don't know what it is about it. Excuse me. I just love it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is like the best sleep ever. You know how I am, says Janet. But I didn't answer. Yeah, you didn't answer yes or no. It's not for me to cast a vote. Well, this your perk to cast a vote because members do have to say. But even if you had said no, you would have been outvoted. And that's what made me laugh about it because for some of the official troll kin, like that is their speed. And so because I do these types of looks and it's not my speed, but I know it's somebody's, and I do want to have a variety for everyone who's here. And that's what makes me appreciate those who are here for the looks that they're like, I would never do that. And I do appreciate that. And so I'm looking in these palettes. Okay, wait. I need to sit these a different way because sitting them side by side is kind of challenging because of the way the light is hitting it. Okay. So I'm sitting one in front of the other. All right, we're gonna get started. We're gonna put this here. Thank you, Sherry. Sheriana? Sheriana? That's a pretty name. I know I'm probably butchering it, but it's a pretty name. So we're gonna put this here, and I need to remember what's where. All right, so let me put that brush on that side for that eye. And the way the light hits it matters too with some of these metallics. Yep, definitely. Yeah, you were outvoted. And that's what made it funny too, because I'm like, I know what Janet gonna think, but the rest of them be like, do it. We are definitely a diverse bunch. We are, and I do appreciate that. I think this one is going to be, let's see. Oh. Okay. And it's like, where are both of them? Y'all, this is going to be crazy. Oh, that one's really invisible. Okay. Alrighty. Whew. All right. What was that one I just put on this side? This is challenging, y'all, for real. This is challenging. Is this the one I just used? I hope not. Is that the one? I don't even know. I don't know. Is that the... I don't think so. Question mark? No, that's not the first shade. I'm mixing colors here, y'all. That was the first shade. So we're going back to this one, which is the second shade. You're all like, girl, they both look the same. I know. Don't yell at me. Shit. Okay, that was a lot. I need to tap you off. I can say that these are going to be pretty. That much I know. Neutral, basic, and pretty. They really are, Tanya. But it is taking me, like, I have to really look at them, though. Like, trying to match them up. This, to me, looks like it has a gray tone to it. Okay, that goes over there. Excuse Bruce. Alright, this one may work. Ooh, okay, this one might. Excuse me. I think this live will be pretty quick. For those who came later on, what did we just dip in? This one. I'm gonna do a members post asking when you would like me to do the members live about this thing that just actually popped off. Like, it is official right now. It has officially begun. So when I'll do a post on when you would like me to do the live stream about it. Got a little bit of a switch here. No quick. Did I fulfill your challenge? We're not done yet. We're not done yet, Tanya. Like, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. But yes, you are definitely on track, for sure. We're going to try this one. We're going to try this one. Oh, I was going to say, I think I mixed up the eyes. I did not mix. Okay, no, I did not mix. Usually when I do this, the palette on this eye, I sit over here and this one on this side. But because I have them right in front of each other, that's why I'm like, which one is what? Yeah, I'm laughing at this because this is just like, I will say it's close. Like, if you guys have any idea right now, like, which is where, this is my left eye, this is my right eye. I should have put in like one contact lens and be like, that's the contact lens side, this is the one. That's whichever palette. Wow. I'm gonna take out 2 more of those brushes. And is there a piece of hair? One of the bristles from somewhere shed, because there was like a black line in my shadow. All right, so fuck. That's not. Okay, let me. This is hard. This is tough. I think no. All right, let's go for this one. Let's go for this one. Yeah, we're supposed to be doing a different shape too, so I forgot already. We're supposed to be doing different shapes. So this is going to go here. It is a pretty look though. Is it much different than the other ones? No. Tanya, you know it's going to be more than that. What did I just... Oh, this one. But I am really proud of you, Tanya. This ain't any different than my usual shape either. It is not. Tanya, are you going to do a collection video per drawer? That's nice. I like that shape. It's only different in the sense that it's wider out here. Because if you are, that's when I want you, or even if you're not, what I would like you to do is, yes, definitely major, for sure. And that's why I kept saying, just take a lot of breaks, pace yourself so you don't get overwhelmed. Yeah, because, yeah, I have less and I was overwhelmed. If you do videos, a collection video per drawer, set aside the ones that you have forgot that you had or that you cannot remember when you last used it. Set those aside because those are possible to clutter. And if you don't do it as a video, still per drawer, set aside the ones that you forgot you had. And or the ones that you don't remember how long you used it. And also the ones that are hiding in your house that you find, definitely set those aside. I did see the write up. It didn't come out in lines though, so it was kind of trying to piece it together, but I did see that. Yeah, typing it up, writing them down was the hard part for me. I'm typing it because I just sit there, look at the paper, and type it. But it can be very overwhelming. So what shade? I'm thinking this one, but I think this is going to be different color. But that's the next thing I want you to do after you type them up. Oh shit! This is. Oh, we're going to top this with something else because this is a lighter shade than I thought it was going to be. And so that'll be the next thing. And you can either wait to type it, because if you are, and I know I threw the decluttering, you didn't say you were committed to decluttering, but if you do go that route, they won't need to go in the spreadsheet. And so, but if you are committed to possibly decluttering, do the set aside before you put them in the spreadsheet. Girl, I kind of knew what I had, but I truly haven't used most of that stuff in forever because I stopped wearing shadow for a while and I still don't wear it though. Declutter! Macari store. Open up a store. Open up a store. Make a little bit of money. I think this, yeah, this side is, they're about the same. All right, we're going to take another brush because we're going to put something on top of this because that is lighter than I thought it was going to be. So we're topping that shade. The goal for me, which doesn't have to be your goal, was what am I realistically going to use on a semi-regular basis? Because if I'm going to keep stuff and not use it, what's the point in having it? Especially when you can gift it, if it's in good condition, has a lot of life in it, or put it in Macari and make some money. And that doesn't have to be your goal. I like how this side is blending into that third shade, where this side, it does still blend, but it's more, you can see more of the shape of the shadows like a crescent. So we're going to just pull this over, and this is the brush for this side. This is interesting, like seeing how they perform in comparison to each other. And it is a formula thing, but it is interesting. I wish I could attach docs to the community tab because yeah, they were all misaligned and I tried to make them so as possible. I do think though, like if you're going to do that again, I do think just the name of the palette is fine. Like I'm like, she done did color stories and stuff. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. So maybe keep that off. A lot of the palettes I wasn't familiar with, but the color story is helpful because if you have like 10 palettes and it's all the same color story, you know, a couple of them can go. If you're committed to decluttering, which I haven't asked you if you are, but that's just a thought. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not using them. Or which one you prefer over something else. Those are the ones to keep versus the ones that you haven't used in forever. This is a different kind of shape. Okay. Not much different. But the triangle part is wider, which I like. So this is, yeah, we'll consider this a different shape because we're supposed to be doing different shapes this year. Not for every look, but I like how you only had 2 dupes out of the whole bunch. Are you serious? Because some of them color stories, well, reading what you wrote, sound like they'd be the same. I will say, I like how this side is blending more than this side. Because even going back to blend this, you can still see the shape of this color. Even though we did go back to blend it some more. This, and it's the formula. That's what it is. This formula blends more, but it's the formula, so I can't say it blends better or worse than something that's not the same formula. You know what I mean? That's kind of going to be it for the eyes. We're going to take a brush with no shadow on it. Well, we could. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to take some shadow. These are Esom V31s. We're going to take this. What color stories are definitely similar? So you meant two of the exact. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a dupe. That's the same palette. Yeah, so if it's the same exact palette, that's not a dupe. That's just the same palette. That's when like I had two Xenons. It wasn't a dupe. It was the same palette. The same palette. So we're going to. I'm looking to see if the space is kind of the same before I put a color under my brow. This is interesting though. Like, yes, extremely similar. And and if this is one of your go-to type looks, yeah. Still looking at these colors. Because the way the lighting hits it, they look a little different. But we're just gonna go for it. Shit. Alright, let's. All right, we just tap straight in because this is gonna go right here. And this isn't even gonna show up much because we're not even putting that much. So like, why am I acting like it's gonna be something? Duplicate palettes. Yes. Oh, okay, y'all misunderstood. You're like, girl, that ain't even enough to do anything. So do y'all have any ideas what side is where? One side looks cooler than the other. I agree, because this side looks kind of silverish, right? Is this the one you're saying looks cooler? I agree. Because this definitely looks silver, and this is more just the gold. You have an idea. All right, so what, the cool side, what palette you think that is? And of course, I'm not going to say till it's done. This is a clean one. We tap straight into the shadow like that, and we're going to put this up here. Which one did I just dip into? This one. You think this one is the tan palette, says Tanya. Anybody else have any ideas or thoughts? You know what would be cool? Which ain't going to happen. What would be cool is if I did a beauty face-off, and from the people who guess correctly, put their names in a random generator, and they win one, like if I had an extra one. That would be really cool. Am I going to do that? Nope. Maybe sometime in the future, but then because my troll treasure, new name for my stash, because it is so condensed now, unless I just get excited about a palette and buy two and forget that I already ordered one, like I did with Xenon. And I cannot guess the palette because I pay zero attention to the Janet just here to just be here. Janet's just here just to support. She's like, I'm not engaged. I'm just here for what was stay tonight on Inner Rooms? Right, lot? Janet she gonna tell you how she feel. Forget everybody else's feelings. She gonna say like, where's the empathy? Like, where's the respect for preferences? Oh my gosh, I need to put this on, but I need to stop laughing first because I want to poke myself in the eye. Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, I know. You're just here to support. She's like, I am not engaged. I'm not here at the party. I just showed up and I'm just sitting on the sofa sipping water. Let me know when the party's over so I can go home. And you know what, though? I appreciate that. Because some people don't watch videos of stuff that they don't really care about. You respect the preference to vote. You didn't say yes or no, but your comment, we knew that it was a no. we We could read between the lines, and like we know how you feel about color. We know. One thing about us official trollkin, we know who we are and we know where we stand. And that's one thing I like about the official trollkin. And even other people who aren't members who are here like all the time. Like we just, and because we've been here so much and because we conversate so much, it's like we know where we are in the scheme of things. And that's a good feeling. Like just to know your crew. Something just beeped. And so yeah, we knew that was a no, even though you didn't say no. Cause me, I would have been like no, because they look the same anyway. Oh my gosh, that is funny. This eye is starting to tear. We're gonna do lower lash line, then upper lash line, finish the face. Yeah, that is funny. We are a funny bunch. Was that Hellbent? That was Day to Night. Hellbent. We want to put lower lash line. Tomorrow night is Michelle A. Davidson's second request for Summer Ween. And if anybody else has a request for Summer Ween, just post it on my community tab or text me or DM me on Instagram. So her look is going to be a skeleton pumpkin. And the picture she posted is really cool. And I'm just like, oh shit. And so initially I didn't have a live schedule for tonight. And I had scheduled her look, that second request, for tomorrow night. Because sometimes, like, I love doing creative looks. But it does take a lot. It does take a lot, like, mentally. And also time to do that. And so having this to do, so when it was a yes, do this, it's not, this is what I'm going to put for Monday. So like an easy look, and then, you know, the dramatic, creative look. And I do need that downtime, so to speak, to just have something that's not intensive. I'll put it that way. I want to put this out here, but I don't think, because my skin moves, I don't think I'm going to go do that with this pencil. And you know what? It's not a big deal, because whatever shadow we put under here, that's what's going to go out here. So, back to these palettes. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. Damn. And we almost used all the ones that look similar. This one we have not used. I think the moderation thing is working, but then I don't know, because it looks like these that are basic everyday-ish type looks. It's usually not a lot of people who come in. It's more so the creative looks I do, because they're like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Well, that's what I hear in my head. And it is trackable, you know, when I look at views for like looks like this versus views for creative looks. But also that because it brings more people, it brings more shit. Okay, so that's that one. Which is a lot lighter than it looks in the pan. Let's take this one. Janet, have you ever thought about participating in any of the IG collabs? Because all you gotta do is post a picture and put the person's tag, or whatever the tag is for the collab, and then you at the person, because that ensures that they'll see it. Like, have you ever considered that? And some of them, it is just a color story, which are the most challenging for me, believe it or not, because I have to go in and out multiple palettes. The last one I did, Supernova Installations, I'm gonna schedule that for Wednesday, which means I need to go ahead and do the behind the scenes stuff. This one is not there. I mean, I see it here because it's like, what is this? Where this one is still, what is this, but it's a little shinier. Yeah, so have you thought about that? Especially the ones that are just a color story, because we know you got colors. We know you got colors. Upper lash line, we're just gonna do a brown. That is it for the palettes. That is it. I'm gonna just use the one brush since we're just using the same color. But yeah, I think you should, Janet. And Supernova Installations, I think is just, well, all of them are once a month, but she posts at the beginning of the month and it's due at the end of the month. So that gives you like an entire month to do the look. Or if you have a look already in that color story, you can recycle a look from before. And I've done that before where I'm like, oh, I have that color story somewhere, and I just find a picture and post it and do the tag. So you don't necessarily have to do a brand new look if you have a look in that color story. But I think you did though. I mean, I think you should. So the dramatic is going back in the kit? Absolutely. I only bought it out for that collab with you, Tanya. Any palette that I have in common with any of you, I'm like, okay, let's do a collab. And I do enjoy collabs. And with the same palette too, it's like, okay, what are they going to do with it? And for the viewers, if they watch both of our videos, they see what it looks like on different complexions. One of my favorite collabs was with Grace and Janessa, because I'm light skin vanilla, Janessa's Caucasian, and Grace is brown skin, and we used the same palette. And I was so excited for that collab because I'm like, people are going to see this on 3 distinctly different complexions. And our looks were different too. And I don't know if we did a palette bingo or what, which would have also been interesting. Okay, these are 3 people, different complexions, using the same colors. How are they going to use them? What is the look going to look like? And that just disappeared into those browns. And so just to see. And so I think collabs like that are very helpful because we know, you know, we're different hues of whatever shades we are. All right, we're going to finish. We're going to go ahead and put on mascara, and we're going to finish the face. I am a little moist here. So any other ideas? Tanya says this is tan. The cooler side is tan. What are other thoughts? Tan versus dramatic. And looking at the colors, part of me was like, initially, I was like, yeah, they're going to look the same. But then when I thought about how the different formulas cause different shades to look different ways, that's when I started thinking like, And even looking at the palettes, y'all saw it took me time to even try to match up the shades. Yeah, they are. Yeah, so if any of y'all have a palette I have, we're going to do a collab. You might not know it yet, but if y'all have a palette I have, we're doing a collab. And I'm always excited because I'm like, because I really did want to see, like, what is this going to look like on Tanya? Like, what is she going to do with these shades? What am I going to do with these shades? And so that is always exciting for me. I'm always thrown off. Like when Janessa and I did the Pride palette, we did a palette bingo. I think this was the first one we did when the palette first came out and we both had the palette. Same shades. She gets so much pigment out of those colors and I don't. And she keeps saying this because of how she packs it on. I pack on too. And so you think dramatic is the only one we have in common? And so I'm just amazed. Like, how does she get those shades to show up that dark? And she always says because she packs it on. But it's like, I feel like I pack it on too. But they just look so much more bold on her. Thank you for the hearts. And so I don't know if that's a complexion thing or not. But the MAC Pride palette is very much satin for me. Except for the darker shades, which is not a lot. Considering there's 40 shades in that palette, there's not a lot of dark shades. She's starting with a lighter base to begin with. When I use a lighter base, all it does is make the shadow look lighter. And so that's a myth. Who came in? Somebody see Tina? Oh, hey, Tina! Because people were like, oh, use a white base. It'll make the, colors look more bold. And eons ago, chick that did my makeup that crashed out because she didn't like how I did her makeup, even though I told her she wasn't going to like it because I was going to do something that she wouldn't do. She had gifted me the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer, which is white. And the first time I used it, it just dulled down all the colors. And I'm just like, I thought it was supposed to enhance the colors. It dulled them down. And so I said, well, maybe I used too much. And so, I used it again another time, used it sparingly, and it still just dulled down all the colors. And even when I put the primer on my hand, I put the same one color here and the same color here. So the primer was here, and just a regular primer here. Put the same eyeshadow. The eyeshadow over the ABH white base was pastel compared to over a regular primer. So that light base people talk about, that don't work for me. I have no idea why. And that's just one of those things that people swear by that for me, it does not work. And I know I always say everything doesn't work for everybody, but a lot of people were swearing by it. I tried it. It just made the shades look pastel. And so I was like, what's the hype with this? Because this ain't doing what people say it's going to do. We're going to put on a little bit more powder. Yeah, so I don't... Yeah, and people to this day, and I've been hearing people say that for over 20 years, it does not work for me. It just makes the shadows look lighter. If it's a mid-tone blue, it ends up looking pastel blue. Like, seriously. I don't know what it is. Janessa got that drag queen magic. That's what it is. Because she be getting some color out of her shadows. And we did another collab. Same thing. I'm like, how do you get that? Like, I don't, like, what? Believe it or not, y'all, check this out. I've been thinking of decluttering my other 2 Hourglass palettes. I know. Y'all like, girl, I know. I really was. That would just leave me with House Labs. And y'all know I love the House Labs. I really enjoy this one too. And Lotus Flower. I did gift Swan, so that is somewhere else in there. I'm loving it. It's like like when SPF is high in the foundation, the darker foundation ash. Yeah. Yes, I did. I'm really hoping that because usually it's all 3. The middle one looks like it's dark. And I'm really hoping that it really is dark. Because y'all know Hourglass. We're going to take Bronze Fusion, this shade here. I am really hoping it looks how it looks in the pan. That it swatches how it looks in the pan. And not even swatches, because sometimes stuff swatch, like, what the fuck? And then you put it on and it's like, oh. I will say I'm intrigued by it, but because I always end up decluttering my Hourglass palettes, I'm not going to buy them. I'm committed to not buying it. Now, if somebody gifts it to me, okay, I will use it and enjoy it because I do think their powder formula is phenomenal. But it's like I never keep them long. Well, maybe a year, but sometimes it's less than that. As much as I love them, I think it's because I like randomly picking stuff and just mixing and matching, which I mix and match with these too, but there's only so much mixing and matching you're going to do. You know what I mean? So I think that might be part of it, where it is exciting to use it. I know it's going to be pretty, but it's not as exciting just picking up this one palette and using all of these versus, oh, let's take 2 House Labs bronzers. Let's randomly pick 2 House Labs blushes. Let's randomly pick 2 House Labs highlighters. Like, that's exciting because it's like, oh, what am I going to pick? What am I going to get? Versus just, okay, yeah, we got this and it's cute. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. And that's just a mental thing because I do really enjoy them, but maybe not as much as I think. And because they are on the lighter side, where House Labs is punchy. House Labs is punchy. And so maybe that's part of it. I'm just making up stuff trying to figure it out. So we're going to take Amethyst Haze, this one here. And of course, these are the Sigma brushes as usual. And we're going to put this back here. This is pretty. And I did take out my House Labs and I did swatch them, and I swatched them against the Hourglass powders. There's not a lot of dupes either. So it's just like, okay, keep it. But then when I do the whole situation, the whole cheek situation, is it going to look the same? You know what I'm saying? But I did have a thought to get rid of these. I really did. If they're here for real, I will get the at least one. I'm hoping it does show up the way it looks. Because we know they be deceiving people. When they came out with volume 3, those were all repeat shades. It was an uproar. They were like, excuse me? Now we're going to take this one. And we're going to take this one. We're going to turn this brush over to this side. It was an uproar. And then the way they showed it, the lighting, the dim light with a chocolate model. So people were really thinking, oh, this is a darker palette for deep skin tones. Repeat shades. And they weren't even that dark. Because they were repeats. So anybody who wanted them already had them. So that was an uproar when that happened. It was like, excuse me, Hourglass, what the fuck? You just want to experience that. The formula is amazing. You can just go and just order just one blush. And they do have minis, which are like super ass tiny. But you can just get a mini bronzer or a mini blush. Like, you don't have to get the whole palette. Because keep in mind, if they were 90 last year, they're going to be like 100 something this year. Or at least 100 this year. Somebody texted me. I was just reading the message. That was funny. That might be the reason I do. Yeah, that might be the reason for me too. Just yeah, because the one I give this wine to, they didn't have it, and I'm like, you know what? And they're lighter than me, so I was really excited. And so when they tried it, they were like, oh my gosh. They were like, this is nice. And so I was really excited about that. And so we're going to take the third blush in here, which is this one. That was funny. And we're going to just pop this like right here. Y'all know I love a gradient. So we're going to pop this right here. Over top of this one that was there. So this is going to give it a little shine. And some people are disappointed, like, oh, well, the one I have, it didn't have a lot of dark marbling. I know this. I know somebody who, they wanted a particular shade and it was marble. The one they had didn't, and it wasn't this particular one, but it was one of the, like 3 years ago, and it didn't have a lot of the dark marbling. She went into the store, y'all, and was opening the different palettes to find one that had the dark marbling because she wanted a darker color. And I'm like, that's too much work. I'm just like, girl. And so the one she had, that she returned it. She's like, oh, because that one doesn't have a lot of marbling, and I want such and such. I'm just like, do your thing, girl. And then we're going to take the highlighter, Solar Glow, this one. She said she would do that too. People, yeah, I keep hearing a few fireworks over here too. And they're supposed to be legal after the holiday. We're going to just put this here, because usually I come up here, but we got this over here. Yeah, it's illegal. But who gonna tell them? Who gonna find you? Like, how the popo gonna find you unless your neighbors rat you out? We're gonna just take a little bit up here. Just on the side. Just on the side. I do like this shape because it is thicker than I usually go for. I do like this. So we're gonna count this, Janessa, as a different eyeshadow shade that we're supposed to be trying this year. And I do think that was my idea to do that, and I always forget to do that. And even the highlighters. Johnny's like, yeah, I would do that. So what else do we have? Bruce, excuse me. So we just have the lip. So any other thoughts? So Tanya thinks the cool side is tan. What do the rest of y'all think? What are we gonna do for a lip? Excuse me. At Sephora, when I purchase something in person, after I pay, depending on what it is, I ask if I can open in front of them, make sure it's right. Yes, I do too. And honestly, they always tell me, oh, you can open it and check it. Except that one time, I think she was new. And I said, can I open it to look at it? She said, for what? And I was like, and I took a moment. Because number one, it caught me off guard. And number two, I was about to be snarky. So I was just like, and then I'm like, okay, she must be new. So I said, just to make sure like nothing's cracked or nothing's broken. And she was like, oh yeah, sure. But all the rest of them that work there, they be like, you can open, even before I pay for it, they'll say, For what? She wanted to fight. Yeah, and then the way, and also it was her tone. But I don't know her, and that was my first time interacting with her. But she was like, "For what?" Like it sounded kind of like, "For what, bitch?" So that's how we kind of felt. And she was Caucasian too, so I was just kind of like, she was like, "For what?" And I was just like, just to make sure nothing's cracked or broken. Oh yeah, sure. And she was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Like she was just really flippant. But she's the only one. The rest of them, before I even pay for it, they're like, "You can open and check it." Or if I order online and pick up in store, they'll say, "Yeah, you can check it before you leave." And so, but that was the only one time, and I was just like, and she was younger than me too. So I'm just like, this little bitch. Yeah, my first instinct though was, and I'm like, we're gonna put this on. What is this? Wool of bat described as rich. No, it's not. Rich cherry girl. I almost did, and also she was younger than me too. So it's like sometimes they just don't know. You know what I mean? They don't have the history I have. They don't have the years of experience I have. They don't have, dealing with the world like I have. And so all of that comes into play. But I was just like, so this is described as rich, deep cherry red, wool of bat. This is from Notoriously Morbid. I was close because my instinct was, for what? She caught me on a good day. That's what it was. Because I flipped out for less, for sure. And then she was like, okay. What's with the attitude? And you know what? I haven't seen her since that happened. So I don't know. They sent her to the store. She quit. I fired. I don't know. But that was the only time I've seen her. It was that one time. And then I thought, I've been going there since 2003. And some of the workers are the same ones from 2003. Two in particular. One of them, her name is Deb. She'll be like, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? Even if she's helping somebody, she'll look over and then she'll just like put up her finger and then she'll finish and then she'll just rush over to me. How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. You okay? And I'm just like, girl, we ain't besties. Like, but that's how long I've been going there and how long I've been seeing some of them where they be like, oh, so what's new? I mean, they have like full-blown conversations with me, not about makeup. And I'm trying to get to the makeup, but I don't want to be rude and be like, I'm here to shop, like not to socialize. But it is really cool though. It's like an episode of Cheers. Hey, how you been? Da-da-da-da. I walk in there like I'm famous. I'll be like, hi, oh, how you been? I really do. I'll be like, and if I have on makeup, oh yeah, eyeshadow's so pretty. I'll be like, thank you. I really do, y'all, for real, for real. This lip gives life to the eye look. So that's a great look. Shade looks great on you. Thank you. And I do, this eye is still tearing. I do like both the eye looks. This is almost making me think of Xenon because of the coolness of those metallics. You had that kind of rapport with Social Ultra. Yeah, and it's like at least 3 of them, 4, that'll make a beeline. Hey, good to see you. I'm like, but yeah, that's how long someone's in there. Hey, beautiful Joe. So, which eye is Natasha Denona Tan Palette? And which eye is Natasha Denona Dramatic Palette? That's what I want to know from y'all. And then we will see. Or how about this? Do I want to do that? How? Okay, let me. I don't want to say what I'm thinking because then if I say what I'm thinking, that's what it's going to be. I told her if she expects me in regularly, I'm shopping here. I remember when I was working, Tanya, I was going to Salad Works at least 3-4 times a week, right? So then when I stopped working, I didn't go as much because I would just go like during my day because it was one of those mobile therapy jobs. You drive back and forth, this person's house, this client's house, the client's house. So somewhere in during my drive, I would stop in at Salad Works and get a salad, take it home, later for dinner. And so I didn't go for a long time. And they had two managers at the one at Christiana Mall. And even some of the workers there, like they'd be like, oh, hey. I'm like, I must eat here a lot because them motherfuckers. And so the male manager at the time, when I went in to get a salad, he was like, I haven't seen you for a while. You been okay? And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I really do come here a lot when they freaking miss me. Like, what's... And one of the workers, she finally did get promoted to manager. And I told her, I said, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. They made you a manager. You've been here so long. And she was like, so we were just chit-chatting. But yeah, I'm like, damn, I come here a lot. He's like, I haven't seen you in a while. Have you been okay? Shit. When I was at Sephora last week, the essay asked if I had the Nesamaris on my face. I was impressed that they suggested that because the Nesamaris has that quality. You were wearing Cleona. Oh! Wow. Yeah. So what's weird, y'all? Tanya says it's a tan palette. I do like, look at this cheek situation though. I do like the shade. Which one is tan? Which one is dramatic palette? Tanya's the only one who has spoken. So what do y'all think? This is what they both look like. Dramatic is at the top. Tan is at the bottom. I know I'm like below the chat. I'm trying to stay on above the chat. So who else has an answer? Which side is dramatic and which side is the tan palette? These are what they look like. We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades. Because for each side we did end up topping one. Janice says tan is the cool one. That's this eye. This one is, they're saying it's a tan palette. Tanya says, so anybody else? Just y'all two? Is it that close? Yeah, it really is. Except one is cool tone and one is not cool tone. All right, well, both of y'all are right. This is the tan palette over here. And I'm surprised that it does look so cool. I think, did I do... This is that shade that came off cool tone. I'm not even going to say like what we use because I could figure it out, but it would take me a minute. So yeah, so this is the tan palette over here. And so that means this side is the dramatic palette. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. But these are what they both look like. What I was going to say is it's because of the shades we used. That's what it was. Because overall, this is not... Overall, I don't think it's a cool tone palette. But the shades that I used is what it is. This one is that second shade over here. And that does look really cool tone. It wouldn't have compared. The dramatic is warm in comparison to the tan, which is more neutral cool, says Tanya. Lock doesn't own either palette. Alright, so I'm not even going to say what I was thinking of doing, but this is it, y'all. So congratulations, this beauty face off. And usually they are close, which is really cool. Except if I'm going to keep both of them, which this is going by bias. But I am glad that we did this. And so if somebody was wondering like, oh, I have tan or I have dramatic, do I want the other one? Depends on what type of look you're going to do. I do like that they both have dark shades. I prefer tan. And this is the one that I was saying in the ranking. I think I didn't I do a ranking? You want me to do one now? If you do, I will. This is the one I was saying I like how it blends better. However, that was when I was using this shade. I was using this shade and this one and also this one. Those are the Slip Cream mattes and they are just so friggin' smooth. So I do like how this blends more so than this one, but it's the difference in formula. But yeah, the slip creams, they are just smooth. And I wonder if they're going to turn faster. Natasha turns for me, the Creamy Master Cream powders turn for me within 2.5, 3 years. And because the slip cream is even creamier than the cream to powder and the creamy mask, I wonder how long it's going to take or how quick it's going to take for those to turn on me, because it's whatever's making it creamy is what starts to turn, because then they get crumbly. I still keep using it, then it starts to irritate my lids. And so, but I do prefer the tan palette, even though, because you get what you see with this. This one, I'm thinking, oh well, these reddish shades, whatever, they all look the same on me, and some of these shades don't show up at all. So it's like, why are there all these shades in here, and like 4 or 5 don't show up, 3 or 4 look the same. This is not even dark on me, and neither is this one. So it's just like, whew. Whereas this one, what you see is what you get. So even though it's still a basic color story, if it's gonna be dark, it's gonna show up dark. Now granted, Dramatic has more darker tones in it, but the only one that shows up dark is this one, and that's a black. So it should be dark, right? Yeah. And so this one is a nice shade, but that's just one beautiful shade as far as color in this whole palette. And so I actually prefer the tan palette. And I think it does just come down to formula too. Tan has joined the family, wondering where it would place. Wing it for now. Official update reserved when you add 3 or 4 future of these. Well, we know they ain't gonna be till next year, because I might even have to put Biba on hold till next year, because I know I kept saying I was gonna get it at the end of the year. So this is going bye-byes, and so we're not going to count this. If this is your vibe, I think someone will love this. The looks that me and Tanya did, I don't think we got anything from this middle row. And even for her, like how some of these I say look the same on me, we chose the random generator. We decided to let it choose 6 shades. The look I had on, it was a nice look. It was a smoky look, but it looked like it could have been 4 shades. And even for Tanya, some of the shades showed up the same. So it's just like, and I see the vision. You have a column here for every undertone. I really appreciate that. Like, I see the vision, but for a regular person, maybe for a pro artist who did maybe bridal makeup, regular makeup, and not on the creative side like I do, this would come in handy. But for like the regular person, if 5 or 6 look the same, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? And I do like the metallics in here, but then even as you see, for this one, we used this one, and we used this one and this one. Does it even look like it? Like, you know what I mean? That's what I said. We could have just, yeah, you did. I remember you said it. You were like, yeah, she was right. We could have just used like 4 shades. And so, you don't think it would flatter you at all? Too many light ashen shades for me. Are you talking about the tan palette? Well, probably, because this does have more metallics in here. And because more than not, it is going to show up. Except maybe this is the one that we put up here. This one and this one don't offer me much, but I will get, I think out of the 6 looks we did, this being 7, I will say we got 6 different looks, because the first look, one eye, one the other, they did look the same. So that's just one look. But including this one to be number 7, we did get 6 different looks from this palette. That ain't going to happen with this, because too many of them look the same. And so, yeah, so that's going to go bye-byes. All right, so we're going to do a ranking real quick. Yeah, you had said that too. If we had got a middle row color, that would have been a bonus. All right, so let me take out all of my Natashas. All of my Natashas. Y'all already know Circle Loco is number, well, Circle Loco, are you number 1? Because y'all know Xenon is up there too, because it excites me. Even though y'all like, girl, it's just great. I'm like, I know. So let me, I got brushes. I'm trying to, okay. Let me just stack up the brushes. Stack up the brushes. Move that mirror back there. Put this over here. Okay. So we have, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 Natashas. We're not counting dramatic because that's not staying. So we have 8 Natashas. We have. I do enjoy Xenon. I'm surprised you like it. Hey Jackson, thank you for the flower. I'm surprised you like it, Janet, because it is like a gray tone palette. I'm surprised you like that one. Unless it's because you just like the dark shades. So we have Leela. Circle Loco. Retro Glam. My dream palette, me not being disrespectful, because I was always saying it's not my dream, it's her dream. So let me just, So I'm learning how to be respectful. So it's called my dream palette. The Yucca palette, Xenon, Glam, and Tan. All right, we're going to go top down. We already know. Damn it. We're going to do... I want to say I'm caught between Circle Loco and Xenon being number 1. But Xenon is Circle Loco is number 1. I do really enjoy the Glam palette. And actually, this looks like it could be a Glam palette look. I think. We'll see when we hold it up. Circle Loco is number 1. And I'm looking here. Wait a minute. I'm actually going to ranking. What? Circle Loco is number 1. I frigging adore this palette. We're going to put Xenon number 2. And yes, they are completely different palettes. This excites me because it motivates me to do something I normally wouldn't do. Because if you do what you always did, it's going to be the same look. People are like, I want to get 2 looks out of there. I'm like, do something different. And so it does excite me. One thing that lately has been disappointing me is that when I want a black, I have to get it somewhere else. Because each one of these blues, they're blue. They're like blue-based blacks or black-based blues. And online, when it first came out, they were like, you don't need 3 blacks in the palette. None of these ain't even black. And so if I do want a black, I gotta go somewhere else. And so lately I have been disappointed by that because can you put a black in here? Can you put a black in here? I'm thankful for this brown and this pink. They do show up really nice. I have grown a fondness for the sparkling wet effect. This is hella bright. And I think this is I think this one and this one are sparkling wet effects. They do show up nice. At first I was like, but you know what? I've learned to love them. So Xenon is number 2. Trying to do laundry with one hand. So I go to the doctor on the 14th with my numb hand from tennis elbow. Oh my gosh. Xenon looks like it would go bluish on you. Probably because it's blue. It is a gray tone palette, but these 3 are blue. And this one is a gray, but put next to one of these, it might take on a blue hue. This one is a nice metallic gray, but then it still looks like it has that blue, or maybe because it is next to the blue, it looks like that. I don't know. But other than that, you just have like these lighter shades. But it is definitely interesting, and I was excited to get it, and I was so excited to get it that I purchased it, and then I purchased it again because I forgot that I had already ordered it. That's how excited I was about this palette. So that is number 2. So I do hope your appointment goes well, Joe. Did I miss Jackson? Oh yeah, Jackson, thank you for the, I did say that. Also, since some of the colors are similar, when you run out of one, you got the backup in the palette. No, because I get rid of the palette. So, I love Leela, but she's not always my first choice, even though I love color, because these are bold. And you can get neutral looks out of here if that's your speed. But this is not going to be at the top, just because I don't think to, oh, let me just pick. Abigail, thank you for the flower, because I wouldn't think to use it. Like, I don't. But if it's in my list of to use, because y'all know I'm on this thing of making sure I use all of my palettes within 60 days, which I might put down to 30 days since I have 29 palettes. I could use them all the month, especially if I pay or whatever. So, ooh, girl, you tripping. The Yucca palette. This is number 3. This excites me as well. I really like this palette. This is swamp water. This is grungy, gothy, whatever you want to call it. But this excites me. This is a beautiful palette. There are a lot of light shades in here, but I love every look that I've done with this palette. So that's going to be number 3. Number 4. Number Number 4, just based on longevity, meaning how long I've had it, we're going to say the Glam palette. Now look at both of these eye looks. I could have did both of these with this palette. Do you think? Do you think? I'm trying to get the glares off. Both of these could have been from this one palette. I think so. What do y'all think? Except it doesn't, well, it does have a dark brown. This is like a charcoal gray brown type shade, this one. But yeah, both of these could have been, I think, from this, this one palette. The reason I love this is because everything works, everything shows up. Whatever you do is going to be a pretty look. And it's not messy. It's not messy. So this will be number 4. Number 5. Do I dare? Number 5 is going to be the tan palette. And I remember saying I think tan is going to be a tan version of Glam, because with the tan palette, whatever I do is going to look nice and it's not messy. It's going to be pretty. So that tan does for me what Glam does for me. I can just put it on. It's going to be pretty. It's going to look nice. And so that's why this is under Glam. And again, only for longevity, because this is my second time having Glam, and this is still new. So it might change in the future. I don't know. So tan is number 5. We're going to do... Shit. We have 3 left. We are... I feel bad about Lila. I really do, because it's a beautiful palette. I just don't, it just doesn't really call me, but I know I don't want to be without it, because when I got rid of it, I missed it. That's a repurchase. But we're going to do the My Dream palette for number 2, 3, 4. We're going to do My Dream palette for number 6, because this will give me that smoke with the option to not, like I could do something not similar to this, but how we did the dark outer corner. You know, we can do that with this. It does have a black in here. This is a creamy matte shade. This is a dual chrome. So you see green, then you see pink. And is there another dual chrome here? I'm not sure. These 3 I could do without. 1, 2, 3 I could do without. But that's every palette with hers. There's something I can do without. So this will be number... I just counted. This will be number 6. Because it gives me the option of if I want to just go quick, simple, easy, and it's pretty, or if I want to put time and do something a little bit darker. And it depends on if I travel with it, because when I'm here, it doesn't matter. But if I'm away, I'm half asleep, I'm exhausted, probably got a migraine, so I just want to throw something quick on. This will be something I can do something quick, and if I want to smoke, I can add the smoke. So this is number 6. Damn it. Number 7, I feel bad. Number 7 is going to be Retro Glam, because it's another easy, non-messy palette. It's quick to use. You're not going to get it, you know, a lot of like bold colors, but everything you do is going to be really pretty. But it's going to be subtle, but it's going to be pretty. So this is number 7. Number 8, and this is why I feel bad, is Lila, because Lila is bold. Lila is in your face. What's up? But it doesn't call to me. But I know I don't want to be without it, and when I didn't have it, I missed it. And so that says a lot too, but I feel bad that this is at the bottom, because it's a beautiful palette. If you want color, you have your colors here. Well, within the purple family, you have colors here. If you want to go neutral, you have your neutrals here. And you can do like a simple 3 shadow look with these. I mean, this is just a beautiful palette. It just doesn't call for me. And I think because it's not a lot of options. Like Retro Glam, you have a wide array of colors. Even with My Dream palette, you have an array of colors, where this is just either going to be purple based or just neutral. And so maybe that's what it is now that I'm trying to figure out like why it's at the bottom, because it's not that many choices. There's 2 dual chromes in here, but they are very subtle. So that doesn't, you know, that's neither here nor there. That's very subtle. And so I'm thinking that's what it is. It's because there's not a lot of variety. Either you want to have a purple look or a neutral look. I think that is what it is. Thank you for helping me process. I be realizing a lot of things when I talk to y'all. So, backtracking. Leela, number 8. Retro Glam, number 7. Number 6, my Dream Palette. Number 5, Tan Palette. Number 4, Glam Palette. Number 3. Number 2. Y'all can see my facial expressions when I get to the get to the top, right? And so this is what we have. Thank you, Lot, for requesting I do that because I didn't think to do that. Now next week, if you say do it again, it might be different. But I do feel bad about Leela because I really like it, and I do really think it's because there's not that many options. Either you're gonna have a purple look, or thank you for the hearts, or you're gonna have a neutral look. Whereas the other palettes, you know, even with Retro Glam, even though all of them are going to be muted, you know, you got blues, you got greens, you got browns, you got this red up here, you know what I mean, you got this pink, and so you have those other options. You have Dream too. Okay, Tanya, we need to do a collab. Okay, I will be messaging you about that and about the project that you're doing. Funny. That is funny. And so that is it for tonight's live stream, y'all. And so I do like both the looks. So this is it. Tanya, can we not do that in the future? Buy a whole palette for one shade? Because you probably got it in a single. You said you have a whole bag full of singles. You probably got that shade. But with Natasha, though, it's also the formula is really good. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to dog you too much. That orange, is it Unite? And then which palette? The Dream palette? This one? You do have 3, but Tanya. Which palette? Orange. What are you talking about? She's stalling so we don't leave because we done. Oh, Dream palette. Talking about this one? This shade is called Invention. That one. That is a pretty shade. That's called, yeah, that shade is Invention. So that is it. Thank you for that that request right quick, Locke, because I didn't think to do this. And it is interesting. Yeah, I'm glad I figured out the thing with Leela because I do really like it. It just doesn't offer me options. But that'll be it, y'all, for real. And thank you for playing along, Janet. Like, I'm just here for support. I'm not paying attention to the looks. Yo, Janet, funny, y'all. All right, y'all, so we are going to go. I appreciate y'all being here. Replay crew, keep on rocking. I appreciate each and every one of you. Tomorrow night. Oh, hey, Joe, no, it's no problem. Yeah, you can set off the replay crew because I do appreciate when y'all do that if y'all miss some of it actually live. Tomorrow, pumpkin scarecrow look. Have your snacks ready. I want to say it's going to be long, but I keep smacking. I think I'm dehydrated. I did down 40 ounces of water already today. I'm excited for that because I've done a pumpkin look, but I've never done a scarecrow look. So a pumpkin scarecrow look. Michelle be giving me good requests to do. And it's an open window, y'all, for you watch, listen, comments, and Janet. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, anytime any of you members can post a request on my community tab. And you go to my YouTube page, it's something that says visit community. If you click on that, you're able to do a post versus me doing one and then you just respond to it. Or if you have my number, you can text me pictures. If you're on Instagram, you can send me pictures over there. But I do really enjoy doing the members' requests, particularly the troll play, more creative stuff. But I do like them all because it's always something I wouldn't have thought it did, most likely. I'll to watch the fireworks and listen to the arguments that are ensuing this time. Yeah. All right, so we are going to go. See y'all tomorrow night. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me tomorrow. Bye.